Hello, my name is Sheila. I am 16 and I am from the UK. I'll be using this channel to post how-tos, tutorials, crocheting, app reviews and many more. So today we're going to be doing an app review on an app called Zodo PDF Reader and Editor. So here is the app that I will be reviewing and kind of just like explain to you how I use it, and it's called Zodo PDF Reader and Editor. So I will be starting college in September and I was looking for something where I can use digital noting. At first I was using Flexil and then noticed that I actually had to pay to continue to use the plan that I was using. It seemed that I was on a trial. It was such a good app, and if you would like to do that and use it, then you definitely can. I think you pay £11.99 as a one-off and then you can have all the features. I tried Met, Emoji Light, what else did I try? I tried quite a few others and then I came across Xodo. So you may look at this and may think it's just a PDF reader. It is, and it's a really good PDF reader. However, you can also create your own PDF. People normally use Xodo for digital planning. You can do digital notebooks on there and just edit PDFs, which it really is all about. So let me just show you what it is all about. Okay, so this is like the interface, the setup of Xodo. Mine is currently in dark mode. You can put it in light mode, and there are also other themes that you can choose from with the more premium plans. This is how it looks like in light mode, but I much prefer it in dark mode, which is unusual because I tend to have quite a lot of things like on my phone in light mode, but Xodo looked kind of cool in dark mode, so I just keep it as that. So when you open the app, there are a few things on the hamburger icon on the side, so I've selected to show you guys my favorites. So this is the things that I'm most likely to use more often. I also have the recent page, which is things that I've recently used or edited. And then you have places like all documents. So for example, because I used Flexil app, all the templates are actually saved onto here, so I can use these corner notes page, graphed pages, isometric pages in either black, white or cream. So I have all these very useful templates on here because I use the Flexil app, so you can decide to do that. You can also create your own as well, or import from like online. Also, really good thing about Xodo is that you can connect using Dropbox, Google Drive or OneDrive. I mainly use Google Drive, so I save documents onto their PDFs and then I can easily import it and edit it onto Xodo. So I'm going to show you what can be done. So I'm going to show you a few things that you can do on Xodo. I might even do like a playlist with all the other things, or I might just cram everything into the video. So let's go. So on the right hand side of the app, there is a plus sign where you can create a new PDF or import PDFs from the web page or from an image or from previous documents. So I'm going to show you creating a new PDF. Really cool thing is that you can create your new PDF with a different template background that you want. So you can choose from blank, lined, grid, graph, music, dotted or isometric dotted. You can let's go back. You can change the name of the document, so I'm just going to call this YouTube video show lol. You can also change the page size, so I would normally change that to A4 just in case that I wanted to print this out, so it would print out as an A4 sheet. You can also change the color selecting from white, yellow and blue print. You can also choose to have it in portrait or landscape mode. You can also change the amount of pages that you want, but I normally keep it at 1 because you can add as many pages as you want after, because I don't necessarily know how many pages that I will need to use, so just keep it as 1 and add as you go along. I'm going to use grid paper, keep the page white and great. Okay, so here we have the page that we have created, the gridded paper. So I'm going to show you the tools that Zodo comes with. So I'm currently on the draw mode, so this lets me use the pen, a rubber, shapes, straight lines, arrows and a select tool and a lasso tool as well. So on the pen tool you have many presets, so you could just have different pens for different things. You can change the colour of the pen. You have the staple, like ordinary colours you can choose from. You have recent colours that you've just used, and you have a favourites tab where you can add colours that you use the most. You also have a colour wheel if you want to change the colour to be more specific. You can change the stroke, so the thickness of the pen, and you can also change the opacity. You can also put pressure sensitivity on, so I'll show you what the pen looks like with and without pressure sensitivity. So yes, I can't remember what I just put. So this is on pressure mode. That. So this is pressure sensitivity, and this is without pressure sensitivity. So you can really see the difference there. I much prefer using it with the pressure sensitivity on, but sometimes I might choose to not put it on when I'm creating the title. So you have the eraser tool. You can change the thickness of the eraser here. You can change the stroke, and you can make it so it's pixel, or that it's just strokes that you're erasing. Again, you can change the stroke, and you can choose whether it erases ink only or not. So there you can see. We have the undo and redo button as well, so I'm just going to bring back those two hellos. So you have the rectangle, square tool. You can change the border color, and you can also change the fill color, so you can choose to have no fill color, or you can also choose to fill it in with something else. So you have that. You can change it to be like a cloud, which is really cool for when you're just making those really fancy notes. You can also change the opacity of that as well. It's also really handy. So that is the square rectangle tool. You also have the circle tool. That circle tool's being filled in. Again, you can change how big and how small it's going to be, and also change the opacity of that as well. You also have the polygon tool. I am awful at using this. I still do not know how to use it correctly, but I'm assuming you just move the lines around and create something, I guess, a polygon. Again, with that you can change the border color, and you can fill that color, change the opacity and the stroke of that. You then have the cloud tool, which is really nice for titles that can move about, you know, create a shape out of that. So I'm just gonna undo that because I don't really like that anyway. I like a triangle. There's a straight line tool. There is an arrow tool. There's a little zag tool. It's just loads of straight lines which you can just move about. And then you have these selecting tools and the lasso tool. So this is a square one. This selects the object in square form. Once you select it, you can change the color of it again, change the stroke, change the opacity, change the preset. You know, you can just muddle around with that. You can copy it and then paste it, just grab that out. Let me go back and select this tool. You can delete it, you can screenshot it, and you can also flatten it. I'm not going to flatten it now. Actually I will for you to show you what flattening is, but you can click flatten, and that square now becomes part of this PDF. You cannot select it and delete it. It's part of the document. So I can undo that and make it make it not unflattened, but you won't be able to do that if you've done quite a lot of editing. There is also the lasso tool. So this is if you want to select some random things, and that selects quite a lot, but I can select just a circle and move that around. Again, change the style of that, just the color, the opacity, the stroke, which is again really handy. Here you can edit, draw, this draw tool, and place the icons wherever you want to, depending on how frequent you use them, which is cool. So yeah, so I'm going to rub everything out now. I think that's my hand now. So I'm just gonna rub everything out. For the shapes, you can't actually rub things out. You have to select and delete them. So you can only remove the ink, and that's probably because I put that setting on. Okay, cool. So that was the drawing tool. So you have other modes other than the drawing mode. In pen mode, you have all the regular pens that we were using before, the eraser tool as well. You also have the highlighters, so you can change the opacity of those as well. When you go into the insert mode, you can add in images, so that's cool. So that would be placed wherever you wanted it to go. You can't use the eraser tool on the images, so you'll have to use the selecting tool specifically, the lasso one, just to be a bit more specific. You can move that around. You can crop the image as well, so that is really cool. You can also have the measuring tool, so have a ruler. There's just like a connecting sort of shape, so you can build your own shapes, and there's more shape tools here as well. You can prepare your own form, as I said before. yeah, and you have insert, where you can insert your signature. You can put stamps in, you can insert website links and links to photos, and insert voice notes as well. And you can also add another page, which is also really good. And yeah, so yeah, that's everything about creating your own PDF. If I show you what it's like to edit one, right here, so I've got one. So if you go to annotate, you can then use all those highlighting tools, those underlining tools, strikeout tools, squiggly line tools, all of that. You can add text, and obviously you have your Okay, so that was more about the basics of using Zodo. So now I'm going to show you how I personally use Zodo for my digital note-taking. So here I have my biology notebook. So here it is. So this was actually a free digital notebook. I will put the link in the description box for you guys, but if you simply search up free digital notebooks, they will come up with loads for you to have. There's obviously paid options, but the free options are perfectly fine as well. The really cool thing about these is that the indexes are hyperlinked, so you can click them and they will take you to that specific section. So here, section 1 is called biological molecules. So if I select section 1, if I click section 1, it will take me to section 1, biological molecules. I turn the page over and you can see that I started to create my notes. The one I selected, the template, had boxes and lined, but I chose the lined one. Others would have a corner note template, gridded template, isometric template. So there's loads out there for you to use. And I will actually show you now how you can get this, but I won't go through like the whole process of me downloading it. So normally you would go to the free digital planner thing, they would send you an email and you would download it as a PDF. When you do that, you must download it to either your Google Drive, OneDrive or Dropbox so that you can import it to Xodo. So I put mine in my Google Drive. So I'll go to Google Drive, I'll go to the new folder, and here you can see that I have 2 notebooks. So I'm going to select this notebook that I'll use this one, the blue one that I found. So this one's in landscape mode. And here you have the indexes. So this is plain blank paper. You have lined, you have the dotted, you have graph, and you also have the corner note template. So some of them come with a variety. If you don't want to have, for example, the dotted ones, if you go to that little square dotted tool, you can choose which ones you want and delete them. So you can delete the pages that you want. Why it's not letting me do that? Wait. For some reason it's not letting me, but normally you can just select the ones that you don't want. If I go to my ones, so you could select the tool. Yes, so it should work here. So I could select the ones that I want and be like, oh, I don't want that anymore. You could delete that. You could duplicate. You can move them around to where you want them to go, which is amazing. So yeah, that's how I use it to create my biology note for A level. So there you go. That is basically what Xodo is. Put in the comment section if you want to know more about it. yeah, I will answer those questions for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to help me out.